All right. Welcome. This is Dynasty, the podcast show. I am your host, Ira Bush. I just want to say, man, thank you for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening. We starting late. It's a late show today. I just didn't feel like coming in early to the facility that I'm shooting the show at. So, it's all good. I don't really look at it like I'm late or anything. I just look at it like I didn't feel, it was not much that needed to be said today. So I said if I come in do a 30-minute, 20-minute show, it won't be as bad. But hopefully I get at least 40 in. They don't mess with me before time. It's one of those days where the game today. I have the youth basketball league. I'm coaching I'm head coaching in that league. And like I said, it's more than like just me being tired. It's just like the energy behind. I speak on a lot of real stuff, so I don't expect not to get attacked spiritually. So I'm gonna start with that before I talk about the basketball game. And then it's just one of those situations where I'm gonna tell the story. I probably told it before. I don't know if I told it on this section of my podcast or anything that I do with Dynasty, whatever. I got lots brands that I have to make sure I execute. I don't tell much of anything about my plans of executing a brand, executing the stuff that I still haven't accomplished, because I used to share a lot of ideas with people, and then people look at it as a joke, or people look at it like they don't need me to be there to have it executed properly. So, there's a lot of people that are ran off on, what they call the plug, the sauce. And now I've been stuck. I ain't really in a lot of people. It's just, these people are functioning with the stuff that I already discussed when I was younger. And, I don't try not to bring up, I just try to do it, So this is one of these things of me being in the public eye, speaking and talking about real life is something that I already was gonna do. So I had to go through the route of doing it by myself, doing it without any backings, doing it without any cosigns. I'm actually going to be full-time coaching, so that's one of the best ways to stay in the limelight of activity, helping in the community. I don't mind giving out game about staying strong as a strengthening your body, staying disciplined, applying those things off the field, off the court. That is a very important message that I give. And I'm just going right back to what I was saying. At the highest level, I've been speaking on this for a lot of this, not just a whole show, but I get attacked. And there's people that are hateful that's in my age range to spread lies and rumors, so they don't look bad to the people that they spreaded the lies and rumors. They want to continue to lie and deceit and being deceitful. And then everybody it's a different way for me to take care of my body now, and I try always accept this is serious about maintaining your health so you can live a long prosperous life. So there's this government is one of the most shadiest, corrupt entities in the world. So they attack me whenever they want when I go to sleep, or whenever they feel like they're getting tried, or all kind of stuff, all kind of backhand deals to go against women and black women. And then it's like, as a black man or African descent man or a native man, a real native, black native. And I'm not being funny when I talk like this. I just visited, like I told you, I just visited some people. I know where my dad's side is a lot of family members over there in that graveyard of Dade City, Florida. And then my mom's side is a lot of people in that graveyard, and Zephyr Hills as well. I believe that's where her dad was stationed in his life. And there's a lot of people over there in Sebring, Florida, that is in the middle in the country, and it is surrounding small cities and towns. In them areas, I have a ton of family on my mom and dad's side, so I'm not even stationed. If I was in the countryside where these people hide in their houses and they do backhand, cross-handed ass shit that could affect the world, that are affecting our what we call resource, orange trees, grapefruit fields, grapes, strawberry fields. These are the areas where my family still are roaming, ancestors in Florida. And I'm not talking about in the Midwest where my grandmother is from. or probably I know my mom's mom is very big. People on the whole African continent in the United States, and she's one of the biggest. They talk about how my grandma looked like the people they talking about from past people. So I'm talking like this because, like I said, it's petty to me, but it might affect my child. It might affect my mother. It might affect my sister. It doesn't. These are females. These are black, strongest from the strongest lineage. They should not be getting attacked in 2025 from no white person that's in command or anybody of his flunkies that's trying to get another side on his good side, or any hating ass I wouldn't call them friends or teammates or classmates that I had, these hating ass or Ku Klux Klan members that I don't care for. You know what I'm saying? They're not attached to me in no kind of way but being around me from school or football. They need to find something to do. I don't like you. You clearly are intimidated by me in some other way. I don't care how much money you stole, because my people did the service for this country. Your family made up a lie about being in the service of this country. We don't have to lie. So y'all lies will eventually. This is a public thing. This is public. I don't care how many athletes or famous people you get to sell out. I don't care about them neither. They sold out. They already got money and they still selling out. I don't care about that neither. That's lame. you're a straight scrub after that. You got millions of dollars and still selling out. You're a scrub. So I ain't stunned that neither. I do this talking shit for fun. Like this is me. If you ever been around me, I'm gonna have you laughing and I have you thinking deep at the same time. It's gonna go over your head. So you stick to what you do best, and I'm already doing what I'm doing best. One of the things I do the best, I cook, clean, knock your wife down, and I ain't even indulging in that. So whatever it is, that's what it is over here in Florida. We're not even playing with all that lame square ass shit going on. I'm not. I ain't indulging. I'm chilling. So, I cut my own hair. This is a free haircut by me. I've been learning how to do stuff like that. So what is the issue? Like, I'm not really stunning nobody. Like, I'm not even on nobody trail of trying to figure out what you're doing. Like, nothing. This is all the stuff I've written down for myself. I've been elaborated in detail my life after the little third, fifth grade government shit we had to do in school. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never gonna sign up for y'all. Y'all can put it in however many ways y'all want. I'm already over y'all. I tell y'all what to do. I paid my taxes. Pay my taxes. You owe me about 3-4 years anyway. So what y'all doing? Bitch, send my check. You got so much advanced goddamn technology. Send my check through the mail. Stupid ass people. I'm located everywhere in Florida, dummy. That's how I feel. In any city, you can find me. I ain't even playing with y'all. I don't even like I have a distaste for weirdos and dummies. That's what it is. I've been that way. So, I don't care. Like, it doesn't change my happiness. I'm happy leaving here. I'm happy talking now. When I go coach, I have plenty of energy. I'm saying this because this is what they're attacking. They can't attack shit else. And you affect my child the same way. And she's only 11. And you know what I'm saying? I don't like you. Like when there's not no thin line. When they say I don't like you, it's like the bottom of pit list of hell, bitch. I don't like you that much when you try my child. So it doesn't matter how you feeling about that shit. So, and this is spiritually. I'm not a fucking woman. I'm not going at the spiritual realm trying to fight you, bitch. Like you're a whole bitch. You're a whole fuck nigga. Like whatever faggot doing that or bitch ass female or whatever you want to call them. I ain't stun you. You're cross-handed. You're cross all kind of lines and boundaries that you can't come back from. So I would never be indulging in that. This is not a joke. I'll be on the field, bitch. Like you gonna see me at the game. 6 o'clock today, we're gonna win, we're gonna dominate, and then we coming back at the practice Monday, and then we finna start football. We're gonna be technically sound, beating people in the head with a helmet and a shoulder pads, regular stuff that's modern day. But it's gonna be dominance, it's gonna be winning. So, that's all it is. Now let's continue. I don't really have nothing to say. There's stupid stuff going on politically. I don't really want to indulge. It's important to know, but you do your own research. These probably the people hating. They got their flunkies out here crashing out, smelling like piss and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't really stunned that no more. I got to get focused to the season that's ahead of me. And, ain't nothing else to say. I said enough. I really don't have to do nothing but this 10 minutes. That's how raw it just was when I just spit the truth and real about the real. So it's not that much going on. Like I'm woke, I'm alive. Whatever copycat running around with some of my energy, they not me. This is stuff that's the craziest stuff that I didn't realize that people were trying to like they call it repossessing now or whatever the word is. I don't really, it's gonna take a very long time for this. I have to be an old ass man for them to actually complete this process. But so many people in other countries and worlds have sold me out and sold my grandfather out for his name. And he was an honorable soldier, meaning he stopped peace, created boundaries, and set up proper things of being the highest rank. When the Transformers at the end, they came together and helped people out, and it was doing. This is my grandfather, the three gas Transformer, Megatron, whatever that man needs. That's my grandfather, Ira Bush Jr. He's that great. He's that powerful. He don't talk much. He gets shit done. Same with my mother. Same with my father when he had to work in a very small way of that. He's very disciplined. I don't got time for these people like whoever trying to be. It ain't never gonna be. And definitely, when I went to school, I couldn't recall nobody in my class. I'm dead serious that could even compare to me in a debate, in a political platform standing. They're not on my level. They were never there. They wasn't even attending the classes that I was attending when they were coming about a political. Not even comprehending to them. They was thinking one way. I was thinking that is a hobby. This is what it is. Like I'm beating you. I'm gonna hit you in your head when the football practice start. Then I'm gonna come over here and get in these books. Now, let me tell you the story that I was about to tell about them. When I'm in 10th grade, and this is one of my sharpest times for as far as education. I'm passing ABs. I'm at the school. I'm at the school I graduated, Bogaciga High School down there in Gulfport, St. Petersburg, Florida, and we got pre-SAT. This coming in, like I think we did a pre-SAT. They don't count SAT and ACT till 11th and 12th grade. So I'm at one of my sharpest moments of education from K through 12. Like this coming in, I'm making A's. The last report card I made in ninth grade was 3 A's and 1 B. That was my best report card. I forgot what I got to be in. But I'm coming in, 10th grade is heating up. You trying to see about females. So my grade slipped a little bit, but my dad wasn't playing that. So, I'm looking at it like this is like probably right after our first report card, we taking pre-SATs. Like these people literally did work for me to go to sleep. I missed the whole section. It was like a test, goddamn education department. Let's see how much energy we could drain this guy and see how good he does of missing the whole section. It was like perfect timing. They put my ass to sleep for one section, the 40 minutes, and then I woke back up. I was like, what the hell is that? I wasn't even tired. I'm talking about I ate breakfast. I was like, I'm talking about I went to bed. I stayed with my dad, so I stayed in my aunt's house a lot when I was with my dad because all the boys was playing Madden, going to the same school. You know what I'm saying? We was around our grandmother the whole time, all that good stuff. We chilling. My dad dropped me off a couple dollars food. It was nothing. It was a big deal. That's how the neighborhood was. And nothing. Everybody knew my own people is in the area that I'm born in. So it wasn't a big deal that was over there. But this is the time where I was up my dad's house often. So tis 10th grade. I wake up. I was like, damn, that was random, but I don't know these people people been doing stuff to me in the county that I was born in. I'll tell you a story how I got tried 8th grade. I mean, when I was 8 years old in the 3rd grade, I tell the story on how they tested me around a bunch of white supremacist young men. And I believe it was a couple females in that class as well. It was all white supremacists. Like they was raised to be Ku Klux Klan members in a new form. You get what I'm saying? Hopefully they chose the right way as they got older and educated. But they all was trained to be. Now, 5th grade was a mixture of people that know the route of, it was basically a flip coin of what it was. It was the black side, and what we considered a high-end black side because only a couple of black people in my class. But you know what I'm saying? It was a complete different, with a little bit of the people from my 4th grade that probably picked this side after they met the strong black men or young men in that school. And that's how that school was designed. It was a test. You could have took the SLD, right? They'll teach you, they'll treat you just how you're supposed to be treated. as a black man, but you still getting treated like you slow. So that's how it was. That's how the system designed. So they listen to you more when you're in those SLD, ESC classes. Other than they really just trying to study you why you ain't completely slow, retarded. The type of compact base of when they get a dose of your energy and they start feeding it into a little tube throughout your life in America, it's like they trying to manifest you into a whole white person, but it ain't gonna never be that. Their DNA will never be as strong as ours. So it's never working out to their advantage as they want it. Now they might tell the whole world that it's working out in their way, but it's not. I come over here to tell you the truth. Shit, I go to sleep and wake up every time. I don't know what they want you to do. Like, y'all playing weirdo games. You feel me? We doing this in real time. And I did all these similar tests have happened to me working on construction sites where they put me to sleep during a whole break. I was supposed to have a 30-minute hour break. They trying to put me to sleep for an hour and a half and make me late. Weirdo junk. I'm talking about this is not repossessing nobody. This is just attacking someone. So I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It's always a brighter side. The thing I'm most aggravated is how they treat my mother and how they try my child. And that's the weirdest junk I ever seen. Like you got to do better in the world to if you want to be considered. Because I'm gonna let you know I don't like you because of those two things right there. They also tried my grandmother. I don't know how, but I feel like they did, and I'm gonna say it. And if I'm wrong, oh well. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Like they really attack black women spirits because they don't, they haven't went completely against me, I guess. I don't know. Or other black men in the world. I don't know. Nobody's tap dancing for you. We not even stun you really. Like if you get invited into the domain of my family, we literally talk about some old stuff and then we talk about what's coming on in a couple months in the present, and we live and we raise our children. Why is that so hard for y'all to understand? Why y'all can't find another family to destroy? Go attack your little white clansmen, if you're not white clansmen. Like, fight each other. We don't want to be involved. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to get entangled with y'all at all. I know I ain't trying. I'm trying my best to stay on this side of, the correct side of history. You know what I'm saying? I already mentioned a lot of manly soldier type things that I went on that's very disrespectful with people who have honor in class and dignity about really what's supposed to be going on right now. So, that's all I can speak on that. And, let's talk about some, I guess, fun. That's how y'all want to call it. But today, community outreach, big day, man. We're finna get on the court. I feel like last game was a turning point because we was, like I said, we was at that 4-point. What was it? It was the middle of the third quarter. We was only down 4 points. It was 6 minutes left, 8-minute quarter left, 6 minutes left in the third, and then they went on another run. And I talk about this. It's like I'm like, dang, I knew we could compete with this team. And it's like I still don't know if we confident enough to defeat them in that second game. We got to play them. But I'm hoping, it's going to be tough to beat that number one ranked team. But they got couple kids on there that's, a little bit of, that's advanced. Then their best player, he still travels and, they don't call it every time. But, the closer we get to the end of the year, they got to call everything. They can't allow somebody that athletic and that much better than all my players. Because my best low post player is a female, and she's very good. She's advancing every day. I see her practice. She had her best practice so far of the year, like this Monday that just passed. And, I feel like she's going to have a big game tomorrow, getting putbacks, rebounds, all these stuff that she's looked like she's turning the page on. I haven't even worked with her on getting the rebounds. I haven't been working on boxed out. We still trying to do play one with I only got the youngest. I got the beginner stages of, shooting at an 8-foot rim. You know what I'm saying? They not even, these people, they coherent to like, okay, or whatever I tell them. So it's like they still thinking too much, but they playing a little bit more freer. And then we scrimmaged the team that we're playing today. So we dominated them in the scrimmage. So, this is just off being taller, bigger, faster, understanding the game. You know what I'm saying? They got a couple big players over there, but we play good defense. You know what I'm saying? We got enough shooters on our team to get points up. And we really ain't even that as good as like laying the ball. That's like I'm teaching the game is taught backwards now. You have to learn how to shoot before you drive and lay up. So I'm teaching them pick and rolls, spray spacing, posting up, all the stuff we discussed in our we only get one practice. So, hopefully I can next week I have to get them two practice. We play a good team. We gotta start doing more. So, this is the number one team. It's gonna be my first time doing two practices in a week. It's gonna be it should be good. Like I said, I'm preparing them for the championship week. So, we gotta test on them and do it again. If we end up being 2-4, I don't mind. We'll be the third seed and we'll have the number two seed in the first round. So we'll be at that advantage, and that should catapult us into the championship game versus that team. So I'm got my fingers crossed that it works out how I think it's going to work out. Even if we lose, we don't want to lose, but even if we do, we should be prepared for that championship week. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Now let's see what is new. Let's see what if anything happened for as executive orders or anything. Well, we got 2 new executive orders. We stand on top of. This is perfect for today. Hey, not even mad. These were signed today. Okay. The first one is Make America Beautiful Again by improving our national parks. Now, this is the first executive order put through after they signed the bill, the new bill that he put in as a law. So let's read that one first. Making America Beautiful Again by improving our national parks. Now, I'm not being funny when I say this. I'm gonna read both. I'm gonna read section 1 and 2. All right. So this is a policy. Then they're gonna give a little bit more detail on what they're talking about. Now, with these executive bills like this that sound so kindergarten and pre-K-ish, make America beautiful again. Yeah. Like this is okay. Let's imagine taking that title away, and there was a more elegant way that President Barack Obama said it about protecting parks, doing a little bit more, having more of involvement in the space research instead of okaying funds that's not being properly, how you say it? You don't want a mad scientist in your country doing all kind of stuff that's not really for America. So, you got to actually pay attention to who gets these fundings for the space programming and, understand who's over these things. So, he had to cut back on certain things so people we don't get taken advantage technology wise and scientifically. And that's what really the issue was when Obama was in office, from my understanding. Now, he's done put a different title on it, and he's finna basically improving, natural resources. And, America in the Midwest has plenty of natural resources, from top to bottom, trees. We might have a little bit of issue with the water situation, but that's because it's all based off population control. This is based off people wanting to control and kill off African descendant people in urban areas. The Flint situation, that was not the only place that had bad water in Michigan. That was just blown up, and then it was other states that had the same issue that never got reported on. So, this is all based on somebody in the administration that wanted to control and kill off so many people. These people are still mad about, that man who had that big old coat and killed himself and gave everybody Kool-Aid and killed people off. I hear that stuff coming up all the time. And I'm not trying to give attention to that. I'm just talking about there's people that was listening and following that didn't commit suicide, that still believe that white supremacy is the all be all of control. And it's not. You just live in America where this stuff has formulated into a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? You still trying to follow something that wasn't even not even supposed to be in your destiny. Probably if you listen to the right things, if you get properly educated on the right things, who really is the ones that are originals, who are the original. You know, it's not saying, because if you really go and talk to people who are from the original people, we are not. You know, I'm not saying we. I feel like I'm part of. You know, I might not be the most original, but I feel like I am one of the strongest to even get the information and to relay it to my family. So now that I say that, when I say we are as an original human being, we are, it's not. I don't think those people had an issue of giving people, giving them information or ideas and applying them, but it had to make sense. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like these people were arrogant enough to say, "No, nah, that don't make sense." You know, it got to a point like that when people started attacking and doing all kind of cost behind the ways to intertwine themselves or to take control of something. I mean, that's what the problem is all the time. So, you know, that they gotta really have an understanding in 2025. There's a lot of karma from past times of why y'all not getting the type of intertwining that y'all want, because y'all still trying to control like the 1700s. They still got the same constitution that was built off slavery and hypocritical ideal. And you know what I'm saying? They talk one way and be doing the complete opposite. They can't say it's all be all, and then y'all literally separated by color. That's the stupidest junk I ever heard or seen. And then y'all trying to low downplay the strongest, which is never a smart thing to do when it's time for people to agree with you or people to help you. You know, I'm not trying to work with nobody that disrespect me. I'm dead serious on that. I'm not. You speak as you speaking disrespectful, you've been disrespectful. You gotta stay disrespectful in your whole side by yourself. I don't care if they fund you, you're gonna be the stupidest people in the world funded. And that's a bet. That happens. Look, it easily detected, way easier to be detected in 2025. So whatever you think you finna do with all this big beautiful and make America this and okay. Hopefully put some people in charge that know what they're doing this time. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue. Let's read this executive order. Policy, okay, by the authority vested in the President's Constitution, the laws of the United States of America, is hereby ordered. Section 1. Policy from the awe-inspiring Grand Canyon to the tranquility of the Great Smoky Mountains. America's national parks have provided generations of American families with unforgettable memories. It is the policy of the administration to preserve these opportunities of American families and future generations by increasing entry fees and foreign tourists, improving affordability for United States residents, and expanding opportunities to enjoy America's splendid national treasures. So this is the executive order. No, I'm gonna read. I'm gonna read. Yeah, I'm gonna break that down. So they want to make it affordable for you to go see these national parks, you know, landmarks, historic landmarks, and they want to people who are coming from out of the country. And I guess you probably got another fee if you know a higher fee if you're in a different state, probably, because I know if you visit a Florida park, water park in Florida, that there's a difference between a residential fee and a non-residential fee. So you know they could be talking about people who from other countries and people from other states being having to spend more to see these what you call these terrorists, tourists, somebody, tour, tourists, you know, whatever they got set up for the tourists. And you know, I don't mind if y'all need help making money in these. You know, I don't know why this need to be executive order. I don't know how much of an importance this is actually, but hopefully, you know, that made them feel strong, I guess, and have more power. So let's read the other section. Make America beautiful again by improving our national park. The Secretary of Interior shall develop a strategy to increase revenue and improve recreational experience at national parks by appropriately increasing entrance fees and recreation pass fees for non-residents in the areas of the national park system and charge the entrance fees or recreation pass fees as it defined in 16 USC 6801. The Secretary of Agriculture, as appropriate, shall take steps to increase the prices at which American the Beautiful Pass, the National Parks and Federal Recreation Land Pass, and any site-specific agency or regional multi-entity passes are sold to non-residents. So yeah, it's basically people coming from different. I guess we got parks too in Florida, so I don't know. The places that they were specifically, it said it's all aspiring from the Grand Crane Tranquility and Great Smoky Mountains. I think hopefully this the same thing is granted for all our very historically and preserved areas in Florida. Hopefully y'all treating us the same way with trying to have our revenues gain from charging more, I guess, and actually paying attention to more, because some areas in Florida are not being treated properly, and they need to start doing what it's called executive orders to make sure y'all my make American Florida orange trees grow back that y'all poisoned and killed off in 2000 just to pay for a war or to whatever y'all was doing at the time. There's no, I was in elementary school, so if I was an adult then, I would be out there and y'all get Gates, and I'm still might be at your Gates body. So yeah, y'all need to figure out in that lab how to properly have seeded oranges grow all around Florida again. Yeah, that's my new chant. So yeah, let's do that. All right, that's it for that executive order. Now, establishing the president's Make America Beautiful Again Commission. That is the next, and that is what was signed today. Establish the President's Make America Beautiful Again Commission by the authority vested in me and the President by Constitution and laws of the United States of America, I hereby order. Section 1, Purpose. The United States is blessed with the vast, beautiful landscapes of abundant natural resources and rich heritage of discovery by travelers and outdoorsmen. America's national parks, forests, waterways, public lands have inspired generations as kindled our nation's spirit of exploration. To ensure the next generation of Americans inherits the same sense of duty and adventure, my administration will prioritize conserving our great American national parks and outdoor recreation areas. Years of mismanagement, regulatory overreach, and neglected of routine maintenance requires action. Land us restrictions have stripped hunters, fishers, hikers, outdoorsmen access to public lands that belong to them. These bureaucratic restrictions have undermined outdoor tradition and threatened the conservation funding. The National Park Service and United States Forest Service face more than $23 billion and $10.8 billion in deferred maintenance, respectively, leaving roads, trails, historic landmarks despair. Despite these challenges, our nation has proven that conservation and economic growth go hand in hand since signing the Great American Outdoors Act. The outdoor recreation economy has grown to 1 trillion in economic output, and in 2023 comprised 3.1% of employees in the United States and supported 5 million jobs. Though both innovation and comments policies, Americans can preserve its natural beauty and expand outdoor recreation opportunities in future generations and policies of my administration to prioritize responsible conservation and restore our lands and waters to protect our outdoor heritage and enjoyment of the American people. All right. This I don't know if they understand how contradicting that they are writing these things, but this is why lack of intelligence makes you a laughing stock of the world. So when you read this, my comprehension says, you fired and killed all the black and native people. You want us to work for pennies. You want us to not have the right tools. You want to put your cousins, your uncles in position that are on drugs, that are on meth, that are on crack, that are on heroin, that are strung out on pills. This is all that comes through my mind because I already heard y'all tell all these stories about how there's an epidemic in this part of the country and this part of the country for opioids. These people are the ones that are have us in deferment. These are the people that are the reason why the things are not getting taken care of because they did all that foul, dirty ass false shit in the past time, and that's why we backed up. So if you look yourself in the mirror, now you're trying to write out a executive order to clear up some stuff. Who you training? Who do you don't even have enough people trained that are African American descent or native or whatever you call it. Y'all got all them people out there in North Dakota and South Dakota a few years ago, and they might still be out there talking about y'all trying to take their land from them. So they might have already took all their land, sold everybody out, poisoned these people trees and food, all kind of cockamamie stuff throughout the Midwest. And people are not even paying attention. This man sitting up here trying to act like he's saving the day. No, and you still ain't got enough men to even go out here and do the job because you worry about trying to take over and control a part of the land and build up all this crazy stuff that ain't supposed to be messed with. It's nationally historic land. Natives have already made an agreement for y'all to leave them alone, and y'all still ain't paid no black African descendant reparation. And y'all agreed that we only supposed to be working for y'all for this many times, and y'all supposed to get this much back. And y'all have not done nothing y'all said. And y'all still up here trying to tell all these numbers, all that's 23 billion, this billion, all here 100 billion over here in some other grand fuck country over there that y'all consider bigger than and more of importance in American society. But hey, that's for me or you to decipher. I don't know what to tell you. So, I was looking at all this stuff like, what is this for? Like, this is known information. I don't know the exact numbers, but you just get it done. Figure out who you need to be training, who you need to be paying the strongest, the best to move into these places and to get the job done. I don't need an executive order. I need you to come correct to the table and stop sugarcoating who y'all try to replace us with. And who y'all keep trying to, the people that could be helping y'all trying to pick them up and send them back. And they probably don't, they definitely ain't trying to do it. Y'all already know why y'all paid them already, how y'all paid them. So they ain't even trying to heal all that, trying to help preserve anything in America. Y'all know why. Y'all made the other agreement to go in, raid them, takes, I ain't even gonna go. You know what it is. So they ain't got the resources or the people behind it. So that's why it's an issue. So hey, what can I say? But that's it for today. I'm gonna get off. I got stuff to do. Y'all got stuff to do. So this is Dynasty the Podcast Show. I'm your host, Ira Bush. I will see y'all what it is tomorrow. So y'all be good. Y'all, cheer for me on without cheering for me. I'll see y'all later.